I'm Louis Butko. News next at 1 o'clock. Jim Fannin welcomes winemaker Lydia Tomek and Cory Cruz in studio. And it all starts now on the Jim Fannin Show on News Talk 610 CKTB.
You want it?
Raw politics.
Gasoline.
You should have spoken up about it.
And he's on it.
Wednesday on the show, with Brian McMullen announcing he will not seek a second term as mayor, that really opens up the field, in my opinion. Who enters now? Will Jeff Birch fulfill his vow? What about Walter Sendzik? Does Jim Fannin finally see a race he could win? We'll discuss mayoral candidates Wednesday.
Tom McConnell.
That's the bottom line here.
Mornings on News Talk 610 CKTV. This is the Jim Fannin Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
I've made one mistake in my life. I should have burned Berlin down.
And a sensational Sunday to you, genius of you to listen. This is the Jim Fannin Show. Live from downtown St. Catharines, right here at 12 Yates Street, the White House of Talk. Every Sunday at noon. You have to check out the new show page on Facebook. My life is not Facebook, but you need to get down there. I have a measly 109 likes so far. And the link for the first simulcast of this show is broadcasting right now on YouTube. The link is on the Jim Fannin Show. My webcam pooched on me this morning, so I'm just using my Mac. The video quality's not great. It's our first stab at this, but we're having a lot of fun. Cruise by my Facebook page, The Jim Fannin Show. Like me, so I feel important. The Jim Fannin Show is taking a new direction here. Continued support from the station, I appreciate very much. But we got a lot to do. Photography, video, or streaming. We need website help, social media. I mean, come on. Who's got time for all of these accounts? Well, I pretend to be a real estate agent. Part-time hemperer. Seriously. If you have some talent and you're looking to get involved, we could employ you. We'll probably make some money off it. Give me a shout. Touch me up. JimFannin@gmail.com. Chirp me on Twitter @JimFannin. And include the station too @610 CKTB. A continuing tradition here. If you are a local musician, we want to pimp you if you do not suck. Cory Cruz is in the booth today, playing in David B. Jones's studio. Jonesy's last gig.
Yeah.
Got a new job. Will not be working behind the board tomorrow. I hate uncertainty. Who's running the board next week?
Let me look at the schedule.
Thanks, Jonesy. Jonesy will screen your calls. If you call, you get on. He doesn't ask you what you want to talk about. 905-688-2582 are your digits. Pound them relentlessly. This is a participation talk show, and it's much better when you're involved. So Cory Cruz is playing some live bumper music for us today, and our guests are Lydia Tomek. Oh, well, I didn't ask you to speak. Oh, she wants to talk already. Lydia Tomek is the winemaker at Herndon Estate Winery. Thank you for taking the time to come in.
No problem. Thanks for having me in.
Oh, it's going to be fun. I see you brought some wine.
Yeah.
Don't usually drink during the day, but I don't know. I might be...
It's after 12.
There you go. It's noon, afternoon. Lydia Tomek will talk to us for a half an hour starting at 12:15. And then Cory Cruz will come in and talk to us a little bit about his music career. He is a Niagara Music Award winner. Talk to him about some of the gigs he's got coming up and what it's like being a rock star in beautiful Niagara. So Cory Cruz will be in. Lots happening this week. Wow. Brian McMullen is out as mayor. We will have a new mayor next term. The worst kept secret in St. Catharines, Jeff Birch is in. And I predict Birch will get McMullen's endorsement at some point. There's going out on the short wee ones, eh? Really making an outrageous prediction there. A lot of people's names have been bandied around, including Walter Sendzik, the top staffer over at the I'm so used to saying the St. Catharines Chamber. The Greater Niagara Chamber of Commerce, he is the GM over there. Lots of people talking about him dropping his name. Geez, we've heard Dart's name. Even Burtnick, I heard the other day. Petrowski. I think Petrowski's going to run for the region. We will get back to politics next week. We'll have Jeff Birch and Peter Secord in here for a segment each with me, and then head-to-head for the last segment. I am looking forward to that. And as always, we're at the forefront of politics out here. It's like when the provincial by-election came up, I was first to have all the candidates in here to get to know you, or for you to get to know them more like it. First, our access to Jeff Birch and Peter Secord, the two front-runners. I think I can safely say. And it's my take that we will not have a provincial election in the spring. That Andrea Horvath will find a place for herself in Wynn's bed. I mean her political bed. I don't need the static. Back up. And we'll go to 2015 in October. I think this thing will see it through. But should we have a provincial election, nothing will happen municipally. None of the media and none of the electorate will look to the municipal or the mayor's race, or except maybe in Toronto. The provincial writ is dropped. The municipal campaign will go dark. So next week we get back to a full hour of politics. Look for more from 610 CKTB and local programming. I think Lee Sterry's into his third week. Saturday, 10 to 1. Old-time radio guy. Great voice. The golden voice. This is Cory Cruz. Playing the live bumpers on the way in and the way out. Next, we're going to talk everything grape with Lydia, the winemaker over at Hernder on 610 CKTB.
Time before I get consumed in this silence, I might let her know she's behind this. 'Cause when you're always what I've wanted, will you tell me that I'm too late? I'm standing here tonight, so in love I have fallen. Please tell me you feel the same. I said, whoa, oh, 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 how I want you, how I need you to. Whoa, oh, 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 how I want you, just to love me too. Well, everything that I had known blows up here in my face. It goes the rug around.
This is the Jim Fannin Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Angry or even ashamed, but you're not crazy, your pain will fade, my darling. And inspiration is the game, and picks you up and sets you free. Believe in yourself so you can see that everything is meant to be. That everything is meant to be.
Welcome back. I am Jim Fannin. It's as easy as that. Can strum a guitar. Got a halfway decent voice. Reach out. JimFannin@gmail.com. You can call the station 905-688-2582 to get on air anytime. We want to give you some pub. We want to lift you up a little bit, give you some props. Give us a shout. That's Cory Cruz playing the live bumpers for me today on the Jim Fannin Show. And now we're joined by Lydia Tomek. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you've been up to. Shameless self-promoter, which I love in you. You're everywhere. Covers of magazines. You speaking at Queen's. Tell us a little bit about where you've come from and why you kind of gravitated to this end of the business.
Well, I'm originally from the Niagara region, and I studied winemaking at Brock. And shortly after graduating, I got a great position as a winemaker for a local winery, and I've been in the business now for 12 years. And sometimes being a young female winemaker makes it a little bit challenging. However, I've sort of utilized that and realized that those are actually strengths. Being young and vibrant and having that femininity actually helps when it comes to the winemaking process. And I am, 21st century, and Twitter and social media is the way to go. And I want to take people along my ride and show them what we're doing at the winery and promote all the great things that we're doing.
Now, exactly what does a winemaker do? Are you getting your fingers dirty? You're down in those vats? I know you're creating wines and stuff, but it can't be all that sexy.
Yeah, well, I know you're broadcasting, so I cleaned up a little bit, but usually my hands are stained purple. So it's everything from walking in the vineyards to when it's harvest. You're there when you're pressing and crushing the grapes, to pumping and filtering. I work at a family-run operation, so it's extremely hands-on. And so it's not only doing some of the manual labor, it's also running the tests, brainstorming on marketing, sourcing out the packaging, and then doing PR. And I found that, I love the hard work, I love the blending and the tasting and all that, but it's going out there and enjoying it with people and sharing your passion with people at these events and showing them, what you created and have them enjoy it with you. That really makes the job fun.
Now, tell me about your role in leadership. I see that you're speaking as a woman winemaker and a woman of influence, or a businesswoman standing up before Queen's or the cover of Maclean's magazine. I get that, some of us are drawn to the spotlight and don't fear it, and some of us are born to be leaders. But how have you really stepped in and kind of self-promoted yourself and taken this on yourself? You got to make your own breaks in this business.
Yeah, it is. A little bit is self-promotion, but a lot of it is, that whole idea of actions speaking louder than words. And, I come from humble beginnings from the east side of Welland, and had to work, twice as hard.
Jonesy, he's not there. You can't dump that, With a 7-second delay. Can you get that? She said she's from east side of Welland. Yeah.
East side for life.
Too late. It's out. I spent some time in Welland myself, went to high school there, so I can joke.
Yeah. All right. So
Loving
you burned
teasing.
that right. Yeah.
Loving teasing.
We usually don't share that with everyone, but no, it was cool. It was cool growing up in Welland, but nonetheless, education and was always emphasized at home, and I worked my butt off. I graduated top of my class. I always found the time to, whether it was volunteer or work extra hard. I'm just passionate about it. And when you love what you do, I think it stands out and people start to notice. Sometimes I have the tendency to be a little bit of a ham, but I'm actually extremely shy, and to the point where it limited me from opportunity. And I think it took my grade 6 school production of Wizard of Oz when they wouldn't let me be Dorothy, and then I realized I got to change. I can't be a hermit and isolated. So
Lydia Tomek is my guest. Lydia, I don't know if you're a person of faith or whatnot, but God kind of brings you together with people at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Many people go their whole life without getting, hey, this is why I was put here. Many people aren't in the career that they feel like if they had a purpose or a meaning for life, they're not in it. So tell me a little bit about what you think you were put here to do. What's your purpose on this earth? Flat-footed.
I've always asked myself that question. When I was a kid, I always loved sensorial chemistry, and I always wanted to help people. And I would do everything from, working with my dad in the garden to creating my own perfumes to helping out and volunteering. And I think that the one great thing about wine, which I'm starting to learn, and I'd say I'm quite faithful, but the most beautiful thing that's always existed for hundreds and thousands of years, especially in terms of winemaking, is that saying in vino veritas. And I truly believe that in wine there is truth, and I find that when it's enjoyed and consumed appropriately and properly, it does bring people together, and it does stimulate conversation and thought, and it's a beautiful presentation of the earth and where you come from. And just having that at the table with friends and food, I think it adds that human side to it. And I'd like to think that I was maybe put here to not make people feel so intimidated about wine and really allow them to enjoy it and love it. And not only that, celebrate. That's what I want to do. I want to celebrate. I love to make wine, but I also love to enjoy it and have it there for christenings or your wedding day or someone's birthday, and have it there. I get a rush when someone has my glass of wine in their glass and they're toasting their family and celebrating an anniversary. So that's sort of what it is, and I think it's just spreading the love. I think that's what it is.
Now, it's gone outside the box of winemaking. I see here, two things that jump out for me here is you on the cover of Maclean's magazine and you standing before Queens in November of this year talking about women in leadership. Talk to me about why and how did you get recruited and what are you going to speak about?
Well, a few months ago, I was at the Waterloo Women's Show and they had asked me to speak, and they're like, "Oh, what's it like being a female winemaker in a male-dominant industry?" And at some point, it's not necessarily a matter of being male or female. It's utilizing your strengths and taking what you have and those innate qualities and utilizing them towards success. And for me, I found that things like, female intuition, femininity, balance, passion, love, that maternal instinct, especially with winemaking. I don't have children, but I say my wines are my kids.
Well, and women are naturally nurturing as
Right.
far as that goes too, so it's almost like your creation. You're taking care of one of your own.
Exactly, and we're great multitaskers, and so I think being able to identify that a little bit earlier has led me to some of the successes. When I started off, I was 23 years old, and I was the youngest winemaker in Canada at that time, and we've made some fantastic wines and we've won awards, and I think that sort of draws attention, and people like to hear it. People like to hear, that hard work does pay off.
And tell me a little bit about, just on our way out here, we're going to catch a break and then we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about, you say the wine industry is a male-dominated industry. Almost every industry you can say that about. How
Exactly.
are you finding it?
It is to a certain extent. I find that it's also a mature industry.
Certainly.
So sometimes even youth might work against you. But it's slowly changing. Like from when I started, when I was studying in school to where we are now, we went from maybe a good cluster of 5 fantastic female winemakers to now just shy of a dozen. And so it's good. There are some pioneers that are breaking the doors down and making it a little more accessible. But in the end, it's not a matter of being male or female. It's your passion. It's your talent, it's your intelligence and your science background that ultimately prevails. So just like wine needs longevity, the winemaker needs longevity and needs to back it up.
Lydia Tomek is the winemaker at Hernders Estate Winery. Cory Cruz is playing some bumper music. Head on over to my Facebook page, The Jim Fannin Show. We just launched it yesterday. 100 friends, and it's only 14 or 16 hours. But the link to the YouTube simulcast is there, and we go right through the commercials, so you can see all behind the scenes. You can see us on air now, live. We're broadcasting nonstop for an hour. Check it out. We're having a lot of fun with it right here on 610 CKTB.
It's taking over me, and now I'm here in your arms. It's like a never-ending story. You leave me lonely when I don't wanna be. Tied down in your misery. It's been a long time waiting for change. The broken promises leave me lonely when I don't wanna be. Tied down in your misery. It's been a long time waiting for change. The broken promises and heartbreak leave me waiting.
This is the Jim Fannin Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
I feel the sun's not out today. I waste away in broken dreams of you and me. There's nothing but time in words that never fade, and there's a truth to be told. You never know. You never understood my pain. Still a part of us remains, and now I'm lost now without you. Remember when we used to say love can never be replaced? Why couldn't we just follow off the road? Now I've been bleeding this to stay in. Now it hurts just to see you again. I know the best of times they were ours. Now I'm locked up inside of myself.
Just want to keep them, just let it keep rolling. Play the rest of the album if you want. Nice job. Cory Cruz on guitar, playing in Jonesy's studio. We're going to get Jonesy in the booth at the end of the show and talk about where he's going, why he's leaving us, and how he can just hang me out to dry. He's been running my show here for many, many weeks. Lydia Tomek, winemaker over at Hernder Estate Wineries. Tell us a little bit about the charity part of your business. I know that Hernder and Picasso's have a foundation. I spoke at it about 4 years ago on behalf of the NHS fundraising, thanks to my friend Jan Cook that asked me to come on and help raise some money in the community. What a great room that was, and an excellent facility. I don't know how many weddings I've been to over there. Tell us a little bit about the foundation, how it came to be, and what it's up to.
Well, the foundation is something that's really close to my heart because my first vintage with Hernder Estate Wines, I had a friend that was diagnosed with cancer. And so in her honor, I wanted to make a wine that would help raise money for Niagara. And following that and that whole idea, that's how we partnered up with Picasso's and created our own foundation and pledged $250,000 to the Walker Cancer Center. And so this has been now ongoing, and we have so many great fundraising events, from a wicked Halloween costume party to our successful golf tournament, which is going to be coming up in the next couple of months. So right now we're just getting everything all organized, looking for sponsors, tea sponsors, gift sponsors, and it's just really special. And you know, the Hernder family's been around for quite some time in the Niagara region, and they also understand the importance of giving back to the community, and I'm glad that they supported me on this. And sadly, since the start of the foundation, I lost a friend to breast cancer, so I created another rosé, and I called it Pink Version 2.0 Audrey's Blend, and we released that last Valentine's Day. And that's been, people have been really receptive to that. And I'm just really thankful that they gave me the chance to be able to make a wine in my friend's honor. And it helped me, you know, sort of heal. And along the way, it's going to help a lot of people too by improving treatment in our region, which we need so badly. 905-688-2582. We're open phones here on the Jim Fannin Show. We will take your call. Lydia Tomek is my guest. She is the winemaker, and she can pour a mean glass, too. My glass is not empty. I think we'll be done to this bottle. I have That's
a ride home.
That's your second glass.
And it hits me hard, too. Text us, 61010, or you can call toll-free on the Bell Mobility Network. That is pound 610. Get a couple texts here. Keep up with the good work. Thanks. You and whoa. Let's try this. Keep up the good work. Thanks, you and CKTB for the indie programming, Wayne 416. Oh, from Wayne from the 416. Romy, I hear you're running for mayor. Okay, I should have addressed that. Tommy, this is a little promo there. Jim Fannin saw a race that he finally can win. Lydia Tomek is my guest, winemaker at Hernder Estate Winery. Tell us a little bit more what this garden of, what'd you call it?
It's called the Loca Love Garden Project.
Okay, saw that on your Twitter address, Lydia Loca.
Yeah, that's my nickname. And so I took Loca and combined it with
That's not loco,
love.
like loca like a pesa.
Like crazy, like a crazy woman. No. And so what I did is I had the great chance to work with some beautiful children from a school from my old neighborhood, and I'm building them a garden, and I want them to have a beautiful school community garden. And I'm teaching the kids about planting seeds and the ecosystem and earthworms and bees and soil. And we're now entering our 4th week, and we've got the kids excited, and we started planting already in our little egg cartons, and they're starting to sprout. And
what are you growing? Food?
Yeah, so I'm building a garden. I've divided it into 4 little quadrants, and there's going to be like
At the school.
At the school. And I'm utilizing things from the winery, like old barrels, old tires, skids, and I'm modifying it, and the kids will help me and we'll paint it. And we'll have our prayer garden, our vegetable garden, flower garden. And the coolest thing is that my friends from Stoke Seeds hooked me up with these magical pumpkin seeds. So we're going to have giant pumpkins, too, and the kids are just going to love it. So
another whole family.
Yeah, and this is just and this is just something that I did. I decided a couple a months ago, instead of going to Starbucks every morning, even though I love it, I'm going to just take that money and put it towards my garden fund. So I've been using that to buy seeds and soil and calling up some friends, and they've been really supportive. So if anyone out there has any topsoil they want to get rid of, or planters or anything that these kids can use, I'll take it, and we'll reuse it and modify and make this school special.
Now, you are the calendar girl for Grapes for Humanity.
Yes.
Grapes for Humanity.
So a few years ago, there was this amazing calendar that came out, and they put together a few females from around Ontario, and I ended up posing with the barrel, and I got a little comfortable, and so they made me Miss November and Miss October, and that one beautiful picture of me hugging the barrel follows me wherever I go, and it's kind of cool because actually the CEO of that barrel company saw that picture and purchased it, and it's now in his office. So I wish he knew that I used his barrels, and maybe he could send me a few free ones for.
It's not a little creepy.
Yeah. It kind of is, but you know what? My face isn't showing. It's just my shoulder and my back. So.
Lydia Tomek is my guest. Just on the way out, Lydia, to give us your Twitter account, anything else you want to promote, websites or foundations, any ways that the public can get a hold of you.
I have my own website. It's www.lydiatomek.com, and I'm constantly posting things that are going on, as well as my Facebook account, which is Lydia Tomek Winemaker, and my Twitter account, which is @LydiaLoca. So follow me. I'll take you along for a ride, and you'll get to see not only the hard work that goes in making the wine, but the fun that goes afterwards and enjoying it.
I really appreciate you coming in. I haven't given prizes away. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do that for other people other than sponsors. Not sure if Hernder is one, but if they're not, we'll make you one.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave some complimentary passes with Jonesy here.
Absolutely.
If you want to text 61010 and you want some complimentary wine tasting passes down to Hernder Estates, you can call in 905-688-2582. We'll make sure there's some of those here for you. You can pick them up maybe on Monday. We're closed today. Really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And for the wine, you're welcome to stick around.
No problem.
Jonesy's going to come in next after he engineers this next bumper with Cory Cruz.
Oh, he's so good.
Jonesy is good, eh? He's cute, too. He's married. Just stay away.
So am I, but we could look.
Cory Cruz will play some more bumper music. We'll talk to David Jones just for a quick segment on the way out, and then we're going to talk to Cory Cruz on what it's like to be a rock star in Niagara. Right here on 610 CKTB.
Hey baby, it's 3 in the morning. Life is changing, but I still stay the same. Is there something I can say to make you say that you will be there for me? You'll see just what you need, and I know, and you'll know, together we know now. We're gonna make it somehow.
This is the Jim Fannin Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
You make me feel so far away. I've been searching just for the right, but the smile upon my face won't save me.
Welcome back. I am Jim Fannin. This is the Jim Fannin Show every Sunday right here at noon. 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-CKTB, pound 610 on the Bell Mobility Network. Text 61010. David Jones has run the board. He's engineered my rock stars. He's screened your brutal callers. He's dumped you when you've dropped F-bombs. He's got my back, and now he's bailing on me. David, thanks for coming to my side of the booth where I'm the boss.
Hey, it's my first time actually sitting in here and talking on this mic.
Good.
So,
well, I'm glad to hear your first time in, and a lot of first times in this booth. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been here and where you're going.
So I've actually been here for 4 years now, almost to the day.
Nice.
And I'm actually moving on to the world of water chemicals.
Okay.
So way different than radio, but you know what? It's going to help pay the bills and a new career path, but definitely going to miss
Somehow, I don't think you're going far from radio. Once in radio, you're always a radio guy, so I hope to get you back in here. And young family, you got others to look after, so I appreciate you stepping up. And hey, opportunity always knocks. Sometimes you got to roll with it, eh?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I definitely hope to be back one day and going to keep at least a toe in the door, you know.
That a boy. So. Well, thanks for coming in and making time with us, brother. I really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for all your hard work, man. You've really helped from running. I tease you all the time. That doesn't sound like my bumper music. Well, no, that's because some of your songs suck, and I'm tired with them, and I'm running my own. This is what I think he's saying, right? But he won't say it to me. But anyways, it's been great having you, at my back here, and I'm really glad to know you, brother. So
yeah, it's been great.
Good luck in your endeavors.
Definitely.
Get out of here. Go to your own booth. Take some callers. Cory Cruz, step up to this microphone right here. Tell us what it's like to be a rock star playing at 610 CKTB today.
This is absolutely amazing.
You having some fun with it? As I almost dumped my glass of wine all over the control board. That would not go over well.
The White House of Talk. This place is amazing.
Yeah.
As a
Have you been here before?
I've stood up front.
Okay.
And rode my bike by a million times as a child. Like growing up, just this is the place to be. Like your sound gets out from this place. This is the White House. It's amazing.
Tell us a little bit about you. How old are you? Where do you come from? And how long have you been doing this music thing?
I'm an old man now. I'm 35 years old, and been playing music pretty much since about I was 11 years old. I found my late father's guitar in the closet. Had one string on it, and basically picked it up and started playing along to the radio. And my mom came in. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Look, Ma, I just taught myself guitar." And it went from one string and grew from there. But it was pretty amazing. Went right from there. That's now.
Are you just strictly a solo act? Are you
right now? Yeah.
Supporting musicians for recordings? Are you playing everything yourself?
I'm actually. I was just asked to join a tour and backup singing, as well as open up for the show for a rising star country musician. And I can't say anymore.
Country,
yeah, it's country. Oh. But it's. I guess I'm dabbling in the country side of things now as well. But if it's about music, I'm all for it.
Now, tell me a little bit about the competitive nature of music. You get a lot of friends in the business, or you guys all so competitive you don't talk to each other?
Nobody talks to me. No.
Somebody was saying the other day, I can't remember, it was X Prime or one of my friendlies was saying, you know what? Back in the day, we used to go to each other's shows all the time. You don't see the bands coming out to see the other guys these days.
It doesn't seem like that too much now. I mean, they're starting to grow that now. There's the usual suspect sort of thing in Niagara Falls, but it's growing, and I think St. Catharines should kind of take note to that too, or stick together with these bands. We've got all these great bars down here as well. Mm-hmm. That's really what it's about, band of brothers, and it's the only way to say it, really.
Now, is there anything that occurs for you that we can do municipally, provincially, or federally, mostly municipally, I guess, to help our musicians out? I mean, Clark Bitterer is a friend of the show here, and Green Party candidate. You probably know him.
Absolutely.
I really found it amazing that he referred to this local talent, and I constantly refer to it as a natural resource too, but he says, as people put down their punch cards and are out of work, they pick up their guitar picks and they go to work there, and they've made a living out of playing music, and I never thought of it as that. So tell me a little bit about, do you have any thoughts on what we can do to foster this?
Well, that's exactly this. I'm honored again. Thank you again for having me on here. This is exactly it. It's having a chance for our music to be out there and heard by people. And that's the payment for me. It's if somebody's having a bad day, listen to one of my songs, and if it alters their mood towards the positive a bit better, or they can relate to it, that's absolutely fulfillment for me. And it's that my music helps me through my day with things, and I can share that with people. That's
why I'm drawn to it. I mean, the music is the soundtrack of my life. I can tell you by summer which disc, which 20 songs were on my disc, and how it became the soundtrack of my life.
Like time capsules.
And we've had really great success having you guys in here too as well. So, any gigs for you coming up?
I've got
Public
quite a few things coming up. I just played for the mayor of Niagara Falls.
Well, he's got lots of money, man. He can afford guys like you.
What a great guy! He's an amazing man. And all the pictures I have online with him, I'm always standing on my toes because he's taller than me. Actually, you're a tall fellow as well. But I've actually Karen Fraser is putting on bringing Mo Mondays to the Niagara area and bringing it down from Toronto, and that's actually at North Rocks Bar and Grill on April 16th. So that's kind of cool. Niagara Food and Wine Expo. I'm actually there the 3rd and 4th at the Scotiabank Convention Center in Niagara
Now that's
Falls.
different from the food fest that they're doing in Welland?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, all right.
It's I'm very excited
Lydia,
about it.
Jump in.
Very excited.
I'm at that one too. November 3rd, May 3rd. I had too much wine. I'll be speaking. So I'll see you. We'll
She's over the limit, all right.
Yeah.
We're not driving out of here, callers. Don't worry about it, listeners.
It's a great show, though, so you're going to get a lot of support.
I'm absolutely honored to be a part of that. It's really cool. That's something right now. If everybody's online and after they're joining your Facebook page, I've entered the CBC music competition.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that. I've seen Wainwright up there. Listen to me. So Mike Wainwright he had a song for Hockey Night in Canada.
Yeah.
Did you put one forward too?
Not for that.
Okay,
no.
so what's the CBC Vote for Me special? Because you've got a couple of supporters out there. That I feel like I've crossed the spam line. One of your supporters said she's tweeting Cory Cruz out everywhere.
My friends and family, I consider people who listen to my music and are on my page part of my friends and family, because the support network brought the People's Choice Award into my hands, and that's all the people that are supporting me, and thank them for that. It's all you guys, really, is what it's about. Like the CBC, it's basically a million rounds. It feels like it's going into May. You vote, and I just entered that Broken Promises song. Actually, they came in on, and I'm crossing my fingers. But we're going against we, as in me, myself, and I, are going against every musician pretty much in Canada. So it's as long as it's Canadian music getting out there, I'm all for it. And it'd be nice to bring it down to Niagara Falls, but our Niagara region. And
now, were you involved in any other capacity at the Niagara Music Awards other than just an award recipient? Can you speak to it? You know what's going on over there? Because it seems like such a great idea. I'm not sure who's behind it or how well organized it is.
Yeah, it's amazing couple guys, Todd and Nathan. They're absolutely all for the music, and I would suggest
Niagara Falls guys as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And they're all for the music. They really care about it. Like, again, they may have the day jobs, but when it comes to the music, it's passion, and it's about getting our music out there. And us as Niagatonians, if you want to say it that way,
cool.
They're all for it. And I suggest everybody get on their page too. It's the M&As.
And when's that coming up this year?
That's actually coming up soon. I don't have a date on it, but they are Facebooking that it's coming up soon. So everybody get their music together.
We're going to catch you down at Scene this year, 2-day fest here in St. Catharines over at Montebello Park.
The headliners are amazing as well.
We're going to probably over 300 bands this year.
Amazing.
Steve Stumble was in last week, and I call him Lord Stumble. Did a really nice job. Pre-sale tickets have already outsold all of their early bird sales this year. Have already outsold all their ticket sales from last year.
Wow.
So something's really blowing up.
That's amazing. It's
Union
music,
Events, I think, is behind it now. So he's got a little bit of a financial load off him. But just blowing up. Wow. Anything like that planned for Niagara Falls would be great. You guys got Hootenanny down there now?
Yep.
Okay, so the Hootenanny used to be in the back of the Mansion House. They moved it to Niagara Falls. I think that was one of Stumble's messes as well. So
it's growing. It's the best part. Like, there's so much music, so much talent here in Niagara. It's amazing having these things, and we're bringing people from other cities here. And as Jim Diodati say, that's a good thing. Bring people here. It's an amazing place, and the talent just speaks for itself here. There's such a variety of it as well.
Cory Cruz, I really appreciate your time. Just on the way out, give us your contact information, websites, Facebook addresses, anything else we need, Twitter addresses, anything we need to get a hold of you.
Great. Thanks a lot, Jim. Really appreciate it.
What do you got? Twitter address? Give it all to
Twitter,
us. Websites?
CoryCruz.ca. You can find all my stuff on there. I'm on Facebook, Google.
Google me. YouTube me.
Google me, baby.
Cory, Cory.
That's it.
Lydia Tomek. How do we get a hold of you? Thank you very much for coming in. That was
no
really
problem.
fun.
Check me out on Twitter at Lydia Loca and www.lydiatomek.com.
And Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Facebook.
Show me some love. I need more than 109 likes. David B. Jones. David Bearded Jones.
I like you.
I like you too, Jonesy. Well done, and we'll see you on another day behind the engineer's booth. Right here on 610 CKTB's Jim Fannin Show. I'm out.
Was down at the New Amsterdam. Staring at this yellow-haired girl, Mr. Jones strikes up a conversation with her black-haired flamenco dance. You know, she dances while his father plays guitar. She's suddenly beautiful, and when